In the backfield, I just got a set like I ran up on a quarterback. Shake and bake, make a play just like a quarterback. We ain't worrying about no formers, we ain't staying there. Running off the block, yeah, I'm something like a linebacker. I got juice like a Fanta, how you like it? How you like it? I'm on purple, I'm on yellow like a Viking. Like a Viking. All these
Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. Minnesota Vikings taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. Had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
The debate about Kirk Cousins continues to rage both among Vikings fans and fans around the league. But when you look at his numbers, you think this is one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Last year broke a string of 4 straight 4,000-yard passing years with the emergence of Dalvin Cook in the backfield. So while those numbers dropped, he was still solid throwing the football. 26 touchdown passes, just 6 interceptions. Now he's just got to develop an extra target on the perimeter in order to get his numbers back to the previous levels.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And his first look is incomplete. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. And now it's second down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
27 yards there, first down. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Dalvin Cook's best game of 2019 came against these Packers. It was in Week 2 early in the season, but he had 154 yards and a touchdown on the ground. But his Vikings actually wound up falling 21-16 at Lambeau. On third down, Cousins. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. I don't think there's anyone who can possibly doubt how fast he can run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
On second down now. It's Cook, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Cousins. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown from Minnesota. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will make it into the end zone, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now we see the Packers coming out, their first drive on offense, and at the helm, as always, their 8-time Pro Bowl quarterback in his 16th season now, Aaron Rodgers.
And the question swirled around Green Bay all offseason in free agency and through the draft. Did they acquire enough pieces to help their all-star quarterback, Aaron Rodgers? Just think about the last 2 years for him. 51 touchdown passes, just 6 interceptions, and rallied the Packers to 13 regular season wins left.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Rodgers pass complete. A fumble on the play.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Cook, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Packers.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
A gain of 15. First
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
with the score, Vikings 14, Packers nothing.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Looking deep for Adams. He's got it at the 15. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. And even 40 yards. Only the Titans converted more red zone opportunities into touchdowns than the Packers last year. And they've got an opportunity here, 1st and goal. This will be caught just inside the 10. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses. Touchdown, Packers! Davante Adams there to make the grab. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good, we're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done.
Mason Crosby for the extra point.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
Defense.
Why are we doing this?
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Cousins sacked.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Airing it out deep for Smith. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On 2nd and goal, Rodgers. And it's caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Now, Charles, we take a peek there at the recent draft class, and this definitely a year where they had a chance to greatly improve this team.
And you've got to take advantage when you have this type of an opportunity. 2 first-round picks, you better scout them well and hit on those selections.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. This is caught, and he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. From 3 yards out, and the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I feel like I'm back in school. What was that book, you know? It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. This has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. They trailed 14-0 after 1. How about the rally we've been watching?
Yeah, a couple of touchdowns. PA's here to tie it up. This is a good ball game all of a sudden. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 29.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Working out of the gun, Cousins. They had that 14-0 lead, but that has that's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. He's doing his job, but the bottom line, they're losing. They've got a deficit to make up here, and he knows it.
And quarterbacks who last in this lesson really are like, you may have had a great stat line and felt pretty good about how you played, but if your team didn't win, it almost doesn't matter. And right now he's adopted that attitude. How do I get better? How does my team get better? How do we find a way to win the game?
Now he's hoping to lead his team to a successful drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Oh, they stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
Rodgers on target there to Lazard. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 10 more there and another first down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Rodgers over the middle, and it's incomplete. Robert Tonyan was the one he was looking for, and that'll bring up second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Got a man. It's Tonyan complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this belongs to the Vikings. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Second and 4.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. He'll find his receiver. That's Chad Beebe. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can try to the lockers. Joseph's got it. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll kick things off with a trip up to Ford Field. Detroit hosting Chicago in an NFC North battle. And it's the Lions who are out in front as they play the second quarter. Tyrell Williams, a touchdown reception. From there, it's off to Jacksonville to see what's going on with the Jags. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Carson Wentz lighting things up. 3 touchdown passes there. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. Calvin Ridley, a touchdown reception. In the game you're watching, it's been Kirk Cousins with a hot hand in the first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this carries into the end zone, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. And we remind you, lots more to come here in this opening weekend of the Return to Football 2020. Coming up later tonight, it's the national debut of SoFi Stadium in Southern California. The Cowboys and the Rams doing battle there. And then 2 more to finish off the week on Monday Night Football. The Steelers and Giants from MetLife Stadium and the Titans and Broncos from Mile High. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. Now the ball comes loose, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that option.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook for 6.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packers ready to take over offensively. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Packers.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 47-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Complete to Robert.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Rodgers on target to Valdez-Scantling, and he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brings up second and 5.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 37. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
First down.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
He's taken down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers to Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Cousins now after the fumble recovery. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterward to just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
Cousins throw complete to Thielen. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They run it again with Cook. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're...
And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown Vikings. Irv Smith Jr. there to make the grab. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Rodgers now on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Here's Kirk Cousins now, the centerpiece of our player spotlight. And Charles, he's already north of 300 yards in this game.
And while watching him work, I just keep coming back to what a magic number that is. We've almost made it routine, haven't we? 300 yards, wow, what a great day. We don't understand what goes into that. And today, he's taking advantage of every opportunity and he's being very precise throwing the football.
Some highlights to show for his efforts.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through 1 tackle. Gosh, he winds up getting 8 there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Have confidence with a lead. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
Slant to Adams.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Rodgers now on first down. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. He'll get this to Lazard. And the ball is knocked out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
Rodgers again now. And it's a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Rodgers' pass complete. A fumble on the play.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
A gain of 2.
Again, it's Cook.
At the 28-yard line.
Space to maneuver at the 40. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline to talk over what to do next. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. Throwing here, Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. This is caught, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And it's polished off by a Vikings score. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Now this will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Let's just be frank, they're playing for pride at this point. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Vikings, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Green... The players on your team earned XP. Quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me. Now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hundreds with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood dinner. Just stay turned like, I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna call my mama